how to use makeup brushes. It actually helps for the eyeshadow not to fall off of your eyelid. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone is doing well. In today's video, I'll be talking about how to use makeup brushes for beginners, or whether you're new to makeup or you already know this, how to use all these brushes. So if you're interested and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. It will mean the world to me. Now let's get into this video, because this video is going to be very helpful. When I first started with makeup and playing with makeup, I was wondering, all these brushes, all these shapes and fluffiness, and how thin they are and how thick they are and angled, and they all overwhelmed me. So I kind of want to give you a quick tutorial with some of the brushes that I like to use on a regular basis. So let's just get into the video. So let's start with the eyes. Okay, so for eyes, we start with eyebrows. For eyebrows, you have this type of brushes. So you can have one that has a spoolie at the end, or you can have a spoolie by itself. And of course, you have the angled brush. Now this is what this one looks like. So you can see it's angled, because then you can go into the pomade type of gel for your brows, dip it in, and easily fill in your brows. Then with the other end, if it does have one on the other end, good. If not, you go with a spoolie, any type of spoolie, and you brush your brows, and the brows are done. So these are the two things you need for your brows: an angled brush and a spoolie. Let's go into the eyes. So one thing that I just started using, because I had no clue that this brush was for the purpose of creating a gel eyeliner, is this one right here. So it's a needle pointed type of brush that is so amazing to have in your collection, because when you want to apply gel liner, you know those gel liners that come already with the needle, and you just, like, it's already inside the container, you buy it from the store like that. Well, what I like to do is I just like to buy either a gel liner or black powder, eyeshadow powder, and use those instead of buying those black eyeliners, because those are more harder to use, especially if you're a beginner and they like to bleed and you don't know how much product comes out. So with this one, you just dip into your favorite gel liner, and it's very easy to apply, especially in the inner corner, outer corner, or very close to the lash line. So this is very good for that as well. And on top of this, what I like to use is this one, another angled liner, which is the same as the one you use for eyebrows, but of course a different brush, because this angled liner helps you create this nice angled shape at the end of your eye. So this too is what you need to create a nice winged eyeliner. Next, let's go into the eyes. So we have the eyeshadow brush. Now we have a couple here. So I'm going to start with this one. This is a Doomed shadow brush, as you can see. So it's more of a fluffy flathead brush, very dense. Now this brush, I like to apply eyeshadow all over the bottom eyelid right here, because it's flat. It actually helps for the eyeshadow not to fall off of your eyelid. So all you have to do is you just apply it and press it into your eyelid. So this is good to have. On top of this, you need a crease brush, looks like this, which is a little bit longer than the other brush, yet still dense, and it's a little bit more pointy, because being more pointy, it kind of helps you get into the crease and apply your eyeshadow. So you need a crease brush. On top of the crease brush, you'll need a blending brush. For blending brushes, you can choose anything that has a fluffy head, very nice soft bristles, and that allows you to blend effortlessly. So very gentle, you hold the brush at the end of the brush and don't apply much pressure, and you just blend your eyeshadow. So You need one for your eye, for your full eyelid, a brush like this. You need a crease brush, you need a blending brush. So these are the main brushes you need to apply your eyeshadow. That's it. So keep that in mind. Let's move to concealer. Now, concealer can be applied with your fingers, with a sponge, which kind of that's my favorite way of applying. But if we're talking about brushes, here is a concealer brush, and this is what this one looks like. I know it's white, it's harder to see what it looks like. Let me see if I move this way. So it's a longer brush. It's very flat, very dense, yet it's not very fluffy. As you can see, it's very thin. So this is perfect to apply concealer under your eye, or you can go with the sponge, which that's my preference to do. So that's your concealer brush. Now for the face. So for the face, let's talk about foundation. Again, foundation, there's preferences. You can use your fingers. You can use your beauty blender, a wet beauty blender. Make sure you wet that beauty blender, because when I started, I used it dry. What? I didn't know I'm supposed to wet it. So that's a rookie mistake. But if not, you want something like this. So all these brushes I'm talking about, they're mostly Moda brushes because I really love them. But this is called a complexion brush. So it's very dense as you can see, very dense. It has a flat head. You see the flat head? And it's shorter. So this allows for easy blending of the foundation into the skin without leaving any streak marks. And I really recommend using a brush. Then you can use your sponge, because sometimes the sponge likes to absorb the foundation that you put on and you end up using more foundation. So I definitely recommend using a complexion brush like this. So this is what you need for foundation. This is what it looks like. After foundation, let's say we want to apply contour. Now contour, bronzing are two different things. When you contour, you just want to contour the cheeks, meaning you just kind of like show your cheek line right here and your hairline right here. Bronzing is you want to massage all that sun-kissed type of bronzer into the skin in the same area where you contoured, blend it all together, so that way you sculpt your cheeks and you give yourself the nice bronzy look. So for contouring, if you want to just contour and sculpt your cheeks, you use a brush like this, which is a very small, the hairs of the brush are again very small, very flat and thin. It's not as thick as the complexion brush. And again, it has a flat top head because this allows you to get right into this area here where the cheekbone is. This is if you want to contour. If you want to bronze, you want to skip contour or keep contour and bronze, then you need this type of brush. This type of brush, it is more of a fluffy brush, very similar to the foundation brush. However, a little bit angled, flat head at the top, angled and fluffy, because this allows you to bronze from here and massage it into the skin up to your bottom of your cheekbone. So this is a brush for bronzing, this is a brush for contouring, and you can use both, contour, bronze. Next, let's move to the blush. Now when you apply blush, you need a fluffy brush like this. So I can give you a couple examples. This is by Moda, but a lot of people like Real Techniques, so this is the Real Techniques one. So you can see they're bigger, fluffy brushes. The heads have more of a pointy tip. However, they're very fluffy, very flexible, and these are easy to apply your blush. Now this is if you use a powder blush, okay? So you need something like this. If you want to apply a cream blush, this is the type of brush I like to use. So again, it looks very similar to a foundation brush. If you want to use a foundation brush, there's no mistake in doing that, because I always combine my brushes for all different types of things I apply on my face. But this is more of a video for beginners, or if you're stuck knowing what each brush and tip of the brush means. Now this type of brush is very good to apply cream blushes. So you would put some cream blush on, if it's a liquid cream blush, on the back of your hand. You dip and you kind of swirl it around so that you apply some product on here and then apply to your face. If it's a cream blush that it's not liquid, you go ahead right into the product, you dip, and you apply. This is very good, and this is the brush I used today to apply my cream blush. So we have powder blush, cream blush. This is what they look like. Now here is a universal multi-purpose brush, but this is mostly used for powders. As you can see, this does not have a tip. It's very fluffy like the blush brush. However, it does not have the pointy tip because this is just a powder brush. So this is just to powder your face everywhere. So this is a multi-purpose brush that you can use mostly for powders. Don't use powder much, but when I do, I like to use this. Now here is the last brush that you really need in your collection, and this is called a highlighter, or the Moda Pro Glow brush in this case. This is my favorite brush to use to highlight my cheekbones. So whether you have a cream highlighter, whether you have a powder highlighter, this is the perfect brush for it because it's just very small, a little bit flat, yet still fluffy. It's kind of like more of a crease blending brush, but bigger, because it's very easy to use it right here on top of your cheekbones and highlight your cheeks. It's perfect for it. So I really hope you found this video informative. Of course, there's a ton more other brushes, but these are the main that you need in your collection and are very helpful to know what kind of each brush does individually for the eyes and the face. So I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, please consider subscribing. Give this video a big thumbs up if you liked it. It will mean the world to me, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!